take your pipe with you, but if you forget it, that's okay, because you'll probably be able to find plenty of foil in the parking lot. Buckle up, because Motel 6 has some pretty terrible reviews, as we just heard from Eli. I can only imagine what happened to Motel 1, Motel 2, Motel 3, Motel 4, and Motel 5 to lead us to Motel 6. But here we are, trying to get a nice night's sleep. We're trying to rest somewhere comfortable, clean, safe, and friendly. Unfortunately, that is not the experience of every single person that we are hearing from today, as we just heard from Eli earlier. Now, I have never personally stayed in a Motel 6. I have stayed in a Super 8. I've stayed in a Red Roof Inn. And the worst hotel that I have ever stayed in is when my parents took me on a family vacation to Branson, Missouri, where we stayed at the... And I slept on top of the comforter of the bed because I was too scared to get under the blankets because of what might be waiting for me underneath the blankets. I would say Eli's review had to do with kind of the safety of the place. It was in a sketchy location. I guess there was a lot of drug use in the parking lot, which leads to his comments on the foil that you can find in the parking lot. Also, if you just need foil for cooking food or something, you could swing by that Motel 6, pick up some foil for you, and take it home and cook some food for your family. But next up, Michelle says this: "We had just arrived in Vegas after flying for more than 12 hours from Barcelona. We were tired and didn't want to drive another hour and a half to Bullhead, Arizona. The girl who checked us in was really nice. When we arrived to our room, we noticed the vanity light was not working. As the night went on, we saw several roaches. When I told the girl at checkout about the roaches, she said, 'Okay, do you want your receipt?'" Very concerning review about cleanliness. When you tell the girl at the counter, "Hey, there were some roaches in my room," what you probably didn't want to hear back was, "Okay, do you want your receipt?" But it makes me curious about this woman at the checkout counter. What else could you say to her and just get absolutely no response? Because if she is not responding at all to a comment about roaches, what could you say? Could you say, "Hey, we noticed some blood stains on the sheets in our room." "Okay, do you want your receipt?" "Hey, we noticed a human thumb in the bathtub, just a severed human thumb, and it was on ice. Somebody probably should take a look at that." "Okay, do you want your receipt?" Like she's just seen all this before. She's seen the severed human thumb. She's seen everything you can throw at her. And so nothing phases her anymore. This Motel 6 has just made her a complete zombie. You could have told her anything and she would have believed you. You could have said, "Hey, last night an alien had a key to my room and abducted me, and I just think that you should change out the locks because aliens told me that they have keys specific to room 211, and I was in room 211, and they said, we won't come back if they just change the locks, but the locks, we have the keys for this lock, and we're going to keep coming in and abducting people every night. And so you just need to change the locks, and I think somebody should probably look into that. I'm not mad. I don't want a refund. I feel like I still got a good night's sleep, but I was abducted in my sleep by aliens who had a specific key card to this room." "Okay, do you want your receipt?" Okay, this next one is a Motel 6 in West Virginia from our friend Matthew. Matthew says this: "I wish I could give it 0 stars because that's what it deserves. Paid for a weekend, wasn't there a half a day, and woke up with bugs biting and crawling on me. Called the office, was told I was a liar, and was told I'd have a refund in full." So let's walk through the series of events here. Matthew goes, he's like, "Hey, I'm going to stay at this place for a weekend. Great, can't wait." Checks in, not there even half a day. In the middle of the night, he wakes up and there's an army of bugs crawling on him, biting him, whatever. He calls the front desk. He's like, I got to get out of here. There are bugs biting me. I have bug bites all over me. And they told him 2 things. One is, we don't believe you, and you're a complete, utter liar. You're a despicable human being. You are making everything up that you say, and I cannot believe that you would be this deceptive and lie directly to my face like this. That's the first thing they told him. The second thing they told him was, we will give you a full refund, and we can't wait to refund you. We would love to give you your money back, you filthy, filthy, disgusting liar. Next up, we have our buddy Gonzalo, and Gonzalo says this about a Motel 6. Awful, bad smell, urine on the toilet wheel, hair on the floor, a used soap, They charged $90, 50 deposit. I had to stay because I don't know the city and I was tired. Awful. Bad smell. Used soap in the bathtub. Urine on the toilet bowl wheel. Hair on the floor. Cost 90 and 50 deposit. So there are several allegations in Gonzalo's review. Awful. Bad smell. Awful. Bad smell. Urine on the toilet wheel. Urine on the toilet bowl wheel. Hair on the floor. Hair on the floor. A used soap. Used soap in the bathtub. Cost $90, 50 deposit. Cost 90 and 50 deposit. So here's the really concerning thing. Beyond these allegations that Gonzalo is making, he makes them twice. The same allegations twice. And what's really concerning is he probably has amnesia from some kind of chemical that's in the air at this Motel 6. So beyond the used soap, beyond the bad smell, beyond the cockroaches, something is in his system that is making him forget the words that he literally just typed, and he says them again. Something is in his system that is making him forget the words that he literally just typed, and he says them again. Something is in his system that is making him forget the words that he literally just typed, and he says them again. Sorry, I stayed at a Motel 6 last night to get some good rest. Okay, next up, we have Michael, who is reviewing a Motel 6 in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is a Motel 6 that is not on the Strip. It is far from the Las Vegas Strip, but it's in Vegas, and that's important. Michael says this. Before we arrived, they tried running my credit card for the room when it says on the site we pay when we arrive. When we did arrive, they charged me $225 for a room that had tape holding the floor, no towels in the room, and smelled like chemicals in the room. These are probably the same chemicals that caused Gonzalo to have amnesia. And just as a note, these are probably the same chemicals that caused Gonzalo to have amnesia. But beyond that, why this review is so important is because Michael paid $225 for a Motel 6 in the suburbs of Las Vegas when he could have stayed on the Vegas Strip in a 5-star hotel for significantly less money. Go look at 5-star hotels on the Strip right now in Vegas. They are less than $225. Why would you stay at a Motel 6 that's this expensive when you could go stay at a very nice hotel for like literally a third or a half the price? Doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, Caitrin says this about her Motel 6 experience. Our room smelled like chemicals very badly. The microwave smelled horrible. There was no cover on the light switch in the bathroom with wires exposed. The floors were really dirty, and there was a very questionable thing on the wall. I am so curious what was on the wall. Caitrin doesn't even begin to describe it other than to say it was very questionable. What was it? Caitrin, was it alive? Was it dead? Was it a stain? Was it a creature? What was it that you saw on the wall? What was so questionable about the wall? Okay, we're going to end our time together with a review from a different Michael. So I guess Michaels like to stay at Motel 6s and they have bad experiences and they post about them online. This is a different Michael, and before I read his review, I just want you to know that one of the most common things that I didn't want to just keep bringing up on this is the allegation that there are roaches in the room. Now that's really concerning. If you're trying to stay somewhere and get a good night's sleep, to have roaches in your room is disgusting. But literally like every other review I saw had allegations of roaches in the room. So that's important as we go into Michael's review here. I am a veteran with a service animal. He is a mixed breed of husky and another dog. I was put on a do not rent list due to my dog's hair. One of the managers said that it was too much hair on the floor, and when I proved to them that they cannot do that, the female assistant manager called animal control on me to try and have my dog removed, but animal control responded with, "He is all good." This is the worst place to stay if you have service animals. The managers would not even speak with me. I also would take videos of the room every time we left to have proof there were no hair or damage to the room. So here's Motel 6 treating our veterans with a lot of respect. Michael is a veteran with a service animal who is probably helping him deal with some of the stuff he's experienced as a veteran. And the staff is like, hey, your dog is shedding too much and we just can't keep up with the cleaning routine for this service animal. And so you are going to have to deal with your PTSD, okay? Let the dog stay in the car, give the dog up for adoption. You're just going to have to deal with it because the hair is a bit too much for us and it's affecting the cleanliness of our motel. Now, they are okay with roaches. If you bring up the fact that there are roaches in this room where they're concerned about the dog hair, they'll just ask if you want your receipt. But the dog hair is a bit much for them, and it's affecting the cleanliness and really the reputability of their brand. They have a brand image to maintain here, Michael. Okay? Your veteran status, your PTSD doesn't mean much to them. They have a brand image they need to keep up. And roaches, those fit the brand image. That's fine. Dog hair, not so much. So let's get the dog out of here, Michael. If you're still watching this video, I love you more than Michaels loves staying at Motel 6s and leaving bad reviews of them. Thank you so much for watching. Share this with your friends. We'll see you next Friday.